Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. And some breaking news. SA Rugby and RASSIE ERASMUS have officially decided to withdraw their appeal towards the sanctions that were implemented on both RASSIE ERASMUS as well as SA Rugby by World Rugby as a result of the hour-long video that RASSIE ERASMUS released on the refereeing performance in their first British and Irish Lions test back in July. A pretty big moment, hopefully, and very much the reason for it, the end of the entire sort of saga, fiasco, whatever you want to call it. Before we sort of break down exactly what the statement has to say and how this now moves forward, please do smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Right, so we're taking yourself back a week ago, almost to the day, where last week, Wednesday, RASSIE ERASMUS was officially handed a 2-month ban from all rugby-related activities, as well as a 10-month ban from Springbok match day activities. And SA Rugby was also implemented on a fine in terms of the way that they failed to ensure that Siya Kolisi and Zodila Stick did not sort of talk about the incident in that press conference and stuff like that. And so immediately after that, a statement was released that evening saying that both RASSIE ERASMUS as well as SA Rugby will be appealing the verdict that was handed down by the World Rugby panel. And a week later, it's just come out, and SA Rugby have just released a joint statement between RASSIE ERASMUS and SA Rugby saying that they have now officially withdrawn their appeal and have apologized to the officials that were mentioned in the video itself. So if we read the actual media release, this is exactly how it reads. It says, SA Rugby and RASSIE ERASMUS wish to apologise to the match officials appointed for the first test of the Springbok series against the British and Irish Lions. We also confirm that SA Rugby and ERASMUS have advised World Rugby that they withdraw their notice of appeal and will not lodge an appeal against the sanctions imposed by the Judicial Committee. This has been a highly stressful and charged environment with unusual pressures placed on all concerned, and we have no wish to prolong the experience for anyone. We have drawn a line under the incident and only wish to look forward. We will respect the outcomes of the hearing, allowing our national teams and rugby operation to plan with clarity for the coming months. Now, personally, I think that I'm quite glad that that's been withdrawn. Not so much in terms of I don't think that they would have won the appeal. Maybe they wouldn't. I don't think they wouldn't. I think this is probably them withdrawing means that they've probably been advised that they won't win the appeal. But I think it's something that's just gone on for too long. And World Rugby are very, very much guilty of it being the reason that we are about 5 days away from December and this is still going to be an issue. And the nice thing about this is, as quoted in the press release, we can officially draw a line under the sand. We're already a week into RASSIE ERASMUS' 2-month ban before he can reprise his role as director of rugby. And we've got, 9 months and 3 weeks left until he can then begin be part of match day setups as well. But it's interesting. It's interesting that they were so quick to appeal. And obviously now after a week, they've spoken to a bunch of people. And I think that the only reason that you would withdraw is if you truly believe that you are not going to win the appeal itself. So that is the end of it. That is the end, in theory, of the entire sort of saga, which has taken, almost sort of 5-6 months to sort of finish. And look, at the end of the day, RASSIE ERASMUS is probably the biggest loser in the whole thing because he's banned for match days for 10 months. But it is interesting that he sort of almost opened a can of worms because it's just, there's so much now, there's so much speculation, so much tension being sort of thrown upon referees. David Rennie now taking an aim at referees last weekend, and videos now surfacing online in terms of refereeing performances. We're having post-match analysis about referees. So regardless of, with the apology and the ban and stuff like that, I think this is only the beginning of what will hopefully become a bit of a revolution in terms of the officiating. And it's twofold. I think the officials in certain test matches have not been good enough. But I also think that World Rugby almost on a monthly basis are tweaking rules so often. I think that it's becoming very muddy in terms of understanding exactly what these rules mean, how they should be sanctioned, how they are viewed, how they are interpreted by different players, different teams, different refs, different officials, pretty much everyone at the moment. And I do think it's putting a massive spotlight in terms of where we are as a game of rugby, where the game of rugby is in terms of the laws, in terms of the way that they are implemented, the way they are officiated, and hopefully, amidst what is a lot of chaos and a lot of sort of negativity and stuff like that, we'll be able to sort of plot a much better way forward, where we can sort of maybe clarify some more laws and try and bring a lot more sort of decisiveness in terms of the wording of official laws, stuff like that, and we can start understanding exactly what the laws are and how they should be implemented, and we can sort of remove this sort of ambiguity that sort of always seems to be hanging over games in terms of understanding referees' calls and understanding how the laws are implemented. But yeah, in theory, in terms of the RASSIE ERASMUS saga, that is a line in the sand. That is the end of it. This, in theory, then nothing else will happen. It'll just be a case of he comes back in 2 months, and then 10 months' time, he can now rejoin the Springboks on match day and be part of the staff and stuff like that. And hopefully we can then just move forward and focus on Rugby World Cup 2023. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Were they right to withdraw their appeal? Should they have gone through with it? Should they have tried to take on World Rugby? Let me know what you think in the comments. Please do smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. My name is Steven. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll chat to you soon.